Hey, what number'd you get? 9,007,056. That's rough. I got 9,000,005,000,005. I know, but it sounds worse than it is. They really should reset the ticket dispenser. But, of course, they're always so busy it never gets done. This is still probably gonna take all day, though. Well, if they had days here. They're so understaffed, and you'd think they'd be desperate for new hires, but every time I apply, they tell me I don't have enough life experience. It's a joke. Where are we? You don't remember? Wow, you must be pretty young. I always remember the minute I get my number. But I also remember that it wasn't always like that. And yet they say I don't have enough experience. Oh, right. We're in the afterlife. Well, the waiting room. Hey, relax. No need to freak out. You're not here forever, even though the wait times make it feel like you are. I mean, it should be obvious how you got here. You died. Sorry, I guess the counselors are a bit more gentle when talking about it, but chances are you would have remembered on your own before meeting one, and I'm sure they don't want to have to reintroduce you to everything every time you die. Yeah, every time. The whole reincarnation deal. Yep, that's how it works. Well, partly. You don't have to reincarnate, but most people do eventually. I don't know what the counselors like better. I guess if people don't reincarnate, it's less work. But I doubt it really makes a difference in the number of people in the waiting room. What do they do? Well, they help you decide what you want to do, what you'll reincarnate as, or if you want to stay in respite, that kind of thing. Oh, yeah, it's not just humans you can come back as. Just about any species is up for grabs. Although, I wouldn't recommend trying to be a feral hog until you're at least 30 to 50 lives in. They get up to some nonsense. You'll want some normal lives around it to soften the blow of those memories. Maybe try being a deer or a squirrel first. Oh no. See, that's the trick to it. You get to choose what you come back as, but not who. So which human you end up being is luck of the draw. I mean, a difference in lifestyle from one rat to another isn't very noticeable, but in a human life, your birthplace and who you're born to mean everything. And as someone who's had medieval peasants as parents in 8 different lifetimes, I know that very well. And yet I just can't seem to stop spinning the wheel. What about respite? Well, it's what it sounds like. It's a break. It's kind of like a dream world. Sorry, I've only gone there once, so I'm probably not the best person to ask. It's basically heaven? I don't know if you've ever been part of a religion that has that concept, but that's the best way I can describe it. You pretty much just chill and do what you want until you're ready to live again. I guess I'm not interested in it. I'm just too curious to see what the next life holds, even if it's bad. And besides, if I'm in respite, I'm not getting life experience. And if I want to become a counselor, then I need all I can get, even though I really should have enough by now. I've reincarnated at least 100 times. I'd say that's a lot of life, wouldn't you? Yeah, and yet they tell me I could need at least 1,000 lives before I'm ready to work here. As if I don't get it already. As if I could forget all the lifetimes where I never escaped poverty. I remember all my lives. In broad strokes. It would be impossible to remember every single thing that ever happened to me. You'll get it when you start remembering. I'd be curious to know what sort of lives you've lived. Of course I've had lives that were good, but they're uncommon. I was always hoping that my next life would be one where I was wealthy, and then it happened, and, well, the grass is always greener. It was all working out, more or less, until I became an adult, decided to get into politics, and got assassinated. I know, but in the end, I was kind of glad it ended so quickly. It sounds crazy, but even though I was so well off, I was miserable. My wife hated me, and I hated her. All my friends only liked me for my money. The only reason I wanted to get into politics was just to have power, some control over something. It sucked. If I ever meet the person who killed me, I'll thank them. Of course, it's unlikely I'll ever find them. But really, that was one of the worst lives I've ever had. The best? It's kind of embarrassing to admit, but it's probably the most average life I lived. I grew up on a farm with my parents and 3 siblings, had a normal, happy childhood. I went away to school, met the love of my life, got married. We worked normal, boring jobs, lived a quiet life. Then we retired and lived out our golden years together. We were so happy. It was simple, but it was nice. I'd consider myself lucky if I ever found a love like that again. I guess that's another reason to keep spinning the wheel. My last life, it kinda sucked. I thought being a dog would be a nice change of pace. You know, pet dogs live nice lives and never do much of anything. But I was a sled dog, so I spent most of my time running in the freezing cold. I mean, I was fine because of the fur, but it was still tiring. No, not a chance it'll lead me to respite. I get enough rest sitting in this waiting room. And now that I've had the chance to reminisce, I'm kind of amped to get back out there. Thanks for letting me talk about all this. Not that there was much else to do, but, you know. Still no memories coming back, huh? I'm sure it won't be long now. Huh? Why do I want to be a counselor? Well, the cycle of rebirth can get boring. But mostly, I want to help people figure out what they want to do. And I really think I could improve things around here, starting with resetting the ticket dispenser. But I won't get there by rushing through my lives without learning anything, will I? Huh. I guess I just figured out what they meant by life experience. How about that? Oh, that's my number. I gotta go. But don't you worry. Things may move slowly around here, but you can trust the counselors. They'll get you where you want to be. Or where you need to be. Good luck, kid. And thanks. Yeah, I'm coming. Hey, Riley, any chance you'll take my application this time? That's okay. I think I already know what I want to reincarnate as this time anyway. Let's go. It's A4A because spirits awaiting reincarnation don't have gender. Okay, bye.